And we're courtside. Stephen Watson along with five-time All-Star Marcus Johnson. Still just trying to process this one, Marcus. An unbelievable game, as always, between these two teams. And what a performance from Giannis Antetokounmpo. And what did you make of the final shot and what Doc was able to draw up, giving the ball to his superstar?
Well, again, this is like the first game, and we got 3 more of these left for this season. So what a way to start off the rivalry. And so the most important thing, Stephen, with Giannis on that play was to make sure it was the last shot. Hold on to it until there was no time left on the clock. So the worst case scenario, you go overtime. And that was the shot that the Patriots gave him. Remember game 5, I think regulation, left baseline. He missed that one. He took it this time, made sure it wasn't short, got it over that front rim and knocked it down. But I thought the shot selection was the best that you were going to get in that situation. You don't want to take a chance with a turnover, don't want to go too soon. Miss a shot, give the Pacers a chance for a timeout and a chance for them to win it in regulation. So for Giannis to put an exclamation point on a great night overall, man, was so fitting that he was the guy with the ball in his hands.
Yeah, and the last time these two teams met on this very floor, it ended in overtime. It was the Pacers who came out on top, but in the fourth quarter, it was Giannis who had the last laugh here tonight, but Aaron Nesmith made it tough for the Bucks, converting this one.
And Spicy P, Siakam made it tough with that little forearm shiver to Ryan Rollins. That should have been an offensive foul, not called. Give Nesmith credit, good hard take. But right here, there's the ISO. You know, he's looking at all the defenders. Starts one direction, spins back the other direction, right hand, right shoulder, fade, and AJ loved it. AJ was ready for the kick out, but Giannis was not going to take the chance. That's the kind of player that he is, you know, not known as this great shooter, but when the moment calls for it, he's one guy that can respond to the challenge, and we saw it in that possession.
He's never been shy of that moment, Marcus, but you think about years past, it's always been Dame taking the final shot, Chris Middleton taking the final shot. When you see Giannis make that type of move in that type of moment, what stands out to you?
Well, it bodes well in terms of his confidence being placed in that position, especially with this kind of intense rivalry. Look, I know they were shorthanded, a lot of good quality players, the Patriots, but I watched them play Golden State with this same kind of lineup and beat the Warriors coming down the stretch, making terrific plays like they made against the Bucks. So my point is, you don't discount this victory just because they're without Nembhard and Halliburton and McConnell and all the rest. This was a great win for the Milwaukee Bucks. I give the Patriots a lot of credit. They didn't quit. Rick Carlos talked about process, playing hard, playing smart. They did that. They got themselves in a great position, but it was too much Giannis. Giannis is upon us down the stretch.
Well, on Renard's big money moment, we know it's the shot from Giannis Antetokounmpo, but it was a great matchup between Giannis and Pascal Siakam, who are the two superstars on the respective rosters, with Tyrese Halliburton missing this entire season with that Achilles tear. And they certainly performed under the bright lights of Gainbridge Fieldhouse. 33 points for Giannis and 32 for Pascal Siakam. The Stars delivered.
Well, and Siakam saw the 24 field goal attempts. He had to take about 20 shots a game with all that firepower out. But Giannis, man, he got things going, especially in the second half, just going hard to the basket as he normally does. This was after he was grabbed and knocked down by Nesmith. He started ducking on people, powering through people, and like I talked about, poking the bear. When you play him physical, he doesn't back down. He gets even tougher, even more aggressive, finishes stronger at the rim, and then to knock down that fadeaway jumper to put a period on this thing tonight was a beautiful thing to watch.
I know we just heard from Miles Turner moments ago about just what was an emotional day for him. Don't get lost in his box score here tonight. I mean, 9 points. He only had 2 points after the first quarter, but he had 5 blocks tonight for Milwaukee, Marcus, and really made his presence felt on the defensive end.
And always a presence, whether he's blocking shots or contesting shots, you know he's there. And that's the key. With this team, you know, you've got enough firepower. You don't need him to score high double digits to be successful. Yeah, you'd like to see him shoot a bit better, but he kept plugging, kept playing hard. He blocked a big corner 3 by Ben Shepherd, who had knocked down a 3 a few possessions earlier, got his hands on the ball, gave the Bucks another possession. So those kinds of plays are winning plays. You look at Miles' plus minus, he was a +7 in this game, so he was an effective factor on the floor in terms of the Bucks pulling this out.
He comes out, has the block on the defensive end, hits his first couple of threes, finishes with 9 points in this game. Marcus, we heard the reception here inside Gainbridge Fieldhouse. I don't think any of us were really surprised that there would be a mix of emotions. Every time he touched the ball, there would end up being boos, but ultimately Miles gets the last laugh in this matchup. And I have to imagine this kind of felt like an exclamation point for him in this decision that he made in the offseason.
Well, he knew what was coming. He talked about it with you during the post-game interview about how his teammates had his back. It was the circumstances that he left with. It's not like he got traded. He decided as an unrestricted free agent to exercise his judgment and go to a situation that he thought was the best for him at this particular time in his career. He'd been in Indy for 10 years, led him to an NBA Finals last year. So, of course, the fans going to be ticked off. Of course, they're going to be upset with him. They let him know about that during the video tribute at the start of the game. There was a smattering of boos along with the applause. But as you talked about, bottom line is, man, life goes on. He's in a new situation now with a city, with a team that's embracing him, that's loving what he brings to the table, and he's just going to get better and better the more comfortable he gets playing with this new group of teammates.
He went to Game 7 of the NBA Finals last year with the Pacers. He believes that this team has the makeup this year to go back to the NBA Finals. That's ultimately the final thing he wants to achieve in his career. He gets a good state. 117 to 115. Here's Doc Rivers.
Yeah, really, supposed to be a pick and roll. We didn't really execute it perfectly, honestly, because AJ was supposed to come off someone to give him room to slip out. No one said it, so that's why they were able to switch. And then we anticipate once they switch, we wanted ISO at the elbow. So got it. We wanted to make sure it was the last shot, almost too close, but we told everybody we're taking the last shot. Good. It's really good to see us make one at the end of the game against them. That was really nice. Love that. Yeah, I guess it was special because we just want to beat Indiana. They beat us in the playoffs. And with Miles, I was really disappointed tonight. This guy gives you 10 years. Honestly, like, you can boo me all you want to, but Miles gave you 10 years. I want to make something clear. Miles wasn't looking to leave. Miles was made available. There's a big difference. And for a guy to give a franchise 10 years like that and the crowd treat him like that, I just have always had this crowd in high regard, and I was really surprised by the reaction. He was great. He was awesome. We warned him. We warned him, We told him, I told him, I thought they would cheer, honestly. I said it'll be some boos, but it won't be bad. But if there are, just the way he came out was phenomenal. It was awesome. Yeah, well, the update is called a foul. That's the update. Giannis drove to the basket and got completely wiped out. Watch the video. I mean, he got completely wiped out, and it's a no call. It's amazing the difference of how Giannis is officiated, because even one of the refs even said, well, yeah, they're hitting his arms, but he's playing through it. I said, okay, it's still a foul. All right, he's strong enough to play through it. He's not going to let it stop him, but it's still a foul. I thought he got fouled so many times, and then their last play, what I was upset at, like, people complain about Shea pushing off. That last play, see, I can just a complete forearm threw a guy out of the way, right in front of the official. He's almost challenging him. We got to be consistent with calls. That's the great example. If Giannis did that, it's going to be an offensive foul. So I didn't like how the game was called in that regard. Listen, Giannis got strangled last game, and it was nothing. Today they gave him a flagrant tonight because of the last game. I just think the way he gets officiated is not right. And I get it. It's hard. He's like guarding a fast shack. And so it's brutal, and you can make a case, and I'm sure they do. Hell, we can call a foul every time. Well, if you do, they'll stop fouling. That's my answer all the time. So anyway, we won. Yeah, but he got his foot in the paint. Like, we show him numbers. The difference is, like last year's, he was out of the paint. If he gets his foot in the paint and fades, he makes that shot. When he takes it outside the paint, it's a tougher shot for him. So very happy that he took it. Yeah. Yeah. And it was well defended. I thought, I can't think who was on him.